Okay, all right. So the other event is FOMC and Fed news. They also occur at what time? These news are very important for, like yesterday, there was a news from Fed, right? Federal Reserve. So at 2, right?
Mm. So
Okay.
every day, same time?
Not every day. Obviously, this is you
Okay.
need to check the calendar. All
Right.
right. So this can provide you additional entry opportunities.
Mhm.
Got it? And the third
Yeah.
time where we have an auction, okay, where the major news is crude oil inventories. Okay. These usually occur at what time? At 10:30 a.m. Malaysian, New York time, which is equals to 10:30 p.m. Malaysian time. Got it?
Yep,
Okay.
alright.
All right. So just I review it. Okay. This is for New York session, which is valid for both GU and gold. Okay. Hello.
Yes.
Can you both hear me? I think Max has gone.
Yeah.
Wait, 1 second.
But there are two, you joined from the two IDs. Okay, fine.
Yeah, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, yeah. My computer is back to life, so
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Can please continue? Yeah.
Okay, all right. So these are the New York session valid for both GU and gold. So at these time, what you're gonna do, you're gonna draw the horizontal lines. What? At these times, horizontal lines. Got it? On your chart.
Right.
In each of them, okay? Control V. I don't know why Control C is not working. Control C. Control V. Okay. I think you got my point, right? So these all you should draw the horizontal lines. Horizontal? No, not horizontal. Vertical lines. Sorry. Vertical lines, dotted lines on your chart. Got it? And
Right.
these are the additional opportunities, okay, which you're looking for, right? And another vertical line should be drawn at what? Second vertical line. Like, sorry, and then we have, okay, what is the last session that precedes New York session? Hello.
London close.
What is the last session that precedes NY session? It's London session, right? London session is the one that precedes the New York session. So London session, right? So London session open, because we don't have a closing. Why we don't mention closing here? Because we don't have a London close. Because at these times, we have an overlap. What do we have?
Right.
We have overlap
Overlap.
between NY and London session. Got it? Between these times, 8:30, 9 a.m., 10, all of this.
Right.
Got it? So we have an overlap. Okay. And this overlap is from when to when? Let me show you. From 8:30 a.m. to, okay, it's 11:30 a.m. So of course you can trade this news as well. This one, both of these news, but you cannot trade this kind of news. Okay, this news, which comes at 2 p.m. You cannot trade this during, because there is no overlap between NY session. I'm talking about GBP US dollar. Got it? For GBP US dollar, you can trade this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, but not this one. This one now. Why? Because it comes outside the overlap hours. Got it?
Right.
Yeah, for gold, you can trade. Any questions so far? Hello?
The 11:30 a.m. is London close, right?
11:30 a.m. is London close, yes. And there's an overlap
Okay.
between London session and the New York session from 8:30 a.m. to 11:30.
Mhm.
Means you can cover all of these news events, all of these auction entries. You can also cover this Fed news, this one, and this crude oil inventory news. Got it? Both of them,
Got
but
it.
not this FOMC and Fed news that occurs at 2
Mhm.
p.m. New York session and 2 a.m. Malaysian time. Why? This is only for GU, because at that time, the London session is closed. 11:30. Got it? Yeah. Any question?
So I need to stop looking at trades after 11:30 a.m., right?
Yeah. Don't look for trades. I recommend you don't look for any trades after 11:30 a.m.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah. So this one I recommend that you don't trade this one.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Avoid it. So just delete this one. Okay. But you can trade this for gold. But like it's better that you just
Right.
keep away. Just stick to the rules. That's it.
Mm.
Right? So additional entries, but these additional entries are not always. We need to look at our calendar, economic calendar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For example, I show you the economic calendar now. Okay. Let me convert to the Malaysian time. Okay, this is Malaysian time. Now, at what time this news came? 11 p.m. 11 p.m. And it was from where? From Fed. Now, just go back. Okay. And see as much as you can, right? Go back, right? Let's go back to the session here. Let's start off 1st May until 31. Sorry, 1st of May until 31st of June. Apply setting. Let's go and see all of the news that comes at 8 p.m. Okay. 10 p.m. is the news, but it's auction time, right? It's during the auction time. So it's okay. Auction time. Auction time. Now, I told you about crude oil inventories. Do you remember?
Right.
Yeah. So crude oil inventories, again, we have at 10:30 p.m. Malaysian time. So this is Malaysian time. So 10:30 a.m. New York time. Got it? FOMC at 2 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see? At 2 a.m. Can you see? Can you see? As I told you here.
Alright.
FOMC news at 2 p.m. New York time and 2 a.m. Malaysian time. So there's an FOMC news.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah. And then if we go further down. Okay. So you will see the news at 10:30 p.m. either from the crude like from the crude oil or from the natural gas. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Now just go down and see the further. Okay. FOMC and this credit. So it's between 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. So it's exactly 2 a.m. where it will impact. Got it, but it's not important. It's very low impact here. And then here it's 8:30 p.m. It's fine. Crude oil inventories, you can see. So crude oil inventories, did you notice one thing? Crude oil inventories will always come on every Wednesday. Understand? There's a pattern. On every Wednesday, there will be crude oil inventories news. Now, see the last Wednesday. The last Wednesday occurred here. Okay? You will see crude oil inventories. Right?
Mm.
So on every Wednesday, the crude oil inventory. So there are some news that occurs on specific time period every time. For example, crude oil inventories on every Wednesday. And the other news is employment, non-employment, non-farm payroll, NFP. Non-farm payroll, it occurs on every first Friday of the month. Every first Friday of the month. Got it?
Right.
Okay. And then you can see these are not important. Crude oil inventories again. And it occurs on Wednesday, every week's Wednesday. Okay. 11 p.m. As I told you, Fed news.
Mm.
That's again economic calendar. 2 a.m. FOMC meeting. Can you see? On Thursday, 25th of May, 2 a.m. Malaysian time. Crude oil inventories, 10:30 p.m. Can you see? We have a specific pattern of the news. Okay. Now we go for this one. And other thing, every month there will be a CPI and a PPI news. So CPI will come first. After CPI, there will be a PPI news. Got it? Okay. And now we have this 8:30 p.m., 10 p.m. No, nothing much important here. Wednesday comes here. Again, there will be crude oil inventories for sure. But unfortunately, no crude oil inventories on this one. Okay. But that's not every Wednesday, but like most of the time. Got it? So you have to regularly check your economic calendar. That's very important. Okay. Now let's start up with the charts now. It's okay now? Do you understand all,
Yeah.
like all of these points?
Yep.
Hold on. All of these points are got it, right? You got it, right? Okay.
Yes.
So now we will go back to the chart. Okay. So first thing we're going to do, we have analyzed this one. Now we will go for the next day, the previous day, which is 18th of May. And this is
Thursday.
Malaysian time, Thursday, which is 18th of May. Okay. The first thing you're going to do, as I told you, on a Thursday, we have to mark the New York session open. The NY open at what time?
8:30. 10.
Okay. The NY opens at 3 p.m., right? Oh, sorry, not NY. What I'm saying about NY. I'm talking about London Open.
8:30.
London is 3 p.m.
3 p.m. 3 p.m.
Yeah, it following Malaysia time. Yeah.
Okay, London Open is this one. So how about the New York time? The New York time would be 3 a.m. Got it? Exactly 10-hour 12-hour difference. London Open. Hello. Okay. So we mark this London Open right over here. Okay. And then we're going to mark the NY open. NY open at what time? First of all, I told you the first open is at 8:30 a.m. New York time, 8:30 p.m. Malaysian time. So 8:30 p.m. First time. First, 8:30, 9, 9:30, 10. 4 auction time. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have auction time here. And
Not 10:30.
sorry,
Is it not 10:30?
no, 10
It's
o'clock.
10 or 10:30?
10 o'clock.
Okay,
10:30,
my
I
mistake.
told you, is about crude oil inventories news. But that will not occur every time. It will only occur on Wednesday. And you have to check the economic calendar for that. Got it? That is an additional entry. But these are the primary entry points. Okay. So let's suppose we mark it as NY1, NY open. 1. Okay. NY open. 2. Just mark it like this. NY open. 3. NY open. 4. Okay. And now we have to determine what do we have to do next to determine the bias here, right? Okay, so we have, okay, you don't need to draw the highs and lows. Why we don't need to draw the highs and lows? Because I told you we cannot draw highs and lows like this over here. The reason is it's not because like in London session, okay, we draw overnight high and overnight low, right? During this, we can't draw because London session overlaps with the NY session. It's still in progress. Got it? So what we need to do, the first thing we need to check what's happening before NY session, before this open, London open. Okay. What did you see? You see here, okay, let me show you. This is, we see a huge volume bar here. And then afterwards, the price made some sort of this one, range. And after the range, what happened? Okay. The price came back, breakdown. Okay. And what kind of pattern is this? Redistribution, right? Our London is already opened. So we can see from here, what kind of, from this here, you can draw. Okay, some people will draw like this. They might say, okay, I want to draw the channel like this. Yes, they can draw. Okay. And see what's happening here. They can draw like this. Okay. And you can say, oh, this is a channel here, right? I can draw like this. But what's happened here, right? What's happening at London Open? What are we seeing at London Open? We are just seeing the price is moving within the channel, right? So the major thing what I want to see here is what happened before London Open. We have a high volume here. We have a high initial volume here. So we can draw the range like this. Right? Just by rough remark. And we call it as a redistribution. First attempt to the downside, rejected, and then the price went down. And during London Open, it kept on going down. Right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. This is our first major channel which we can draw, right? Okay. Why I did not draw the channels? Remember that the channel is always drawn. So to draw the channel, right, I need to draw, I need a sharp move down like this. Okay. For example, this channel, I cannot draw the channel from here to here, right? Okay. If I draw the channel from here to here. Okay, here. Yes. This is a channel here and it failed over here, right? Yeah, this is a channel we can draw. But by seeing the London Open, what kind of idea are we getting here? I just remove it again. Just see and look the picture, right? And if you are finding it hard, okay, if you find it difficult to see, just draw, go for this line chart and you will understand what's going on here. What you see, the price came down, some sort of range, and then the price came, and then after this range, the price is going down again. right? It's something like this, right? Right? So we call this as redistribution. And why this redistribution fails here? The reason is because, yes, we had a high volume over here, but we did not see any high volume right over here. The volume is reducing, but no significant high volume right over here in the bottoms. So this turns into a redistribution, because I told you the redistribution should have an evidence of high volume, right? Selling climax. But we did not see any kind of selling climax here. Did we?
Right.
Did we see any kind of selling climax here? If I draw the chart here, from here, let's suppose first high, second high, just draw from here. The price never came back, right? The price failed here, right? It never entered back to the range. Did it enter?
No.
So this was what? This was actually a redistribution. The same structure, right? As I described here. Got it? So redistribution, what is the bias here? Before London Open?
Bearish.
The major bias is bearish. We have the major bias, which is bearish. Okay. So now we know that the major bias is bearish. So what happened during London Open? Before London Open, the price came back. This is falling through ice. This is what? So let's mark it as the major point, FTI symmetrics. And this one is LPSY, last point of supply. And after LPSY, the price dipped down, okay, and formed a London range, right? So now we know that we have a bearish outlook here, right? And obviously after LPSY, what do we see here? We have again some sort of range, okay? And this range here again after this one FTI, okay? After FTI, this is LPS, and this LPS is what? Again, hold on. Hello?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hello? Okay, after this FTI, what do we see? We see this again, redistribution range, and this is again FTI, right? Second FTI, right?
Right.
Again FTI, you can see increasing volume, okay? And then after FTI, what do we see? Again, redistribution. After FTI, whatever we see, after FTI move, this is FTI move. Let me mark the FTI move here. So I suggest you, whenever you see the FTI move, just mark it like this. Highlight it. Okay, LPSY. Again, this is FTI. And every time, whenever there's an FTI, there will be a redistribution range. Got it? Here as well. This is, again, if you just draw a line here, this is FTI, redistribution, FTI, redistribution, FTI, redistribution. Got it? Yeah. Now we have the entire clear structure here. Okay. From here, we have the entire clear structure. And right now we are here. London Open, right? The New York session, we don't know what will happen in the New York session. We go to the 5-minute time frame and further define our symmetrics. Okay. FTI, and what do we see when we switch to the 5-minute time frame? What do we see here? The price is moving like what? It's moving in waves, right? So this is first law. Can you draw this channel here? This channel, let's see if it's valid or not. This channel is not very valid, but yes, you can draw this SOT here, right? SOT.
Right.
So SOT, after SOT, we just drive down. Again, this mini channel, this is a short-term bias. This was a long-term bias. This FTI and everything redistribution is a long-term bias, which is bearish, right? This is short-term bias is also bearish. And then the price formed what? The price is what? Increasing, right? Volume is increasing. FTI, right? Again, FTI. And after FTI, what I told you, that there should be a range. Yes, there's a range. And this range will be known as what? Redistribution, right? Hello?
Yeah,
Right.
correct.
Okay. This is redistribution. And as you know, that the bias, the short-term bias is also, the long-term bias, as we identified earlier, was bearish. Major bias bearish. Short-term bias is also bearish. Now we have two biases here. Very easy, right? So go to the 3-minute time frame and we look for the entries. Okay. There we got an entry here. There should be a news here, right? Broken down, came back, tested it. Okay. We tested it. And after testing this, what do we have here? Hidden upthrust, right? First entry. And what do we have here? No demand. After no demand, we have hidden upthrust. Okay. And we are in the direction of the bias. Just go down 2R and then finish. Let's suppose if somehow you miss this entry. You miss this entry. Okay. What are you going to do? And before the breakout, what do we see here? We have a very, very tight range, right? What this tight range is known as? Can you tell me? Build down,
Build
right?
down.
Build down, right? And you see this bar here, small bar, bullish bar with a huge volume. This is effort versus no result. After effort versus result, the news, and then the NY open, right? So never trade before NY open. Remember this, because if you trade from this context here, and if you place a stop loss, I suppose over the range here, your stops will be taken out, and then you will see that the price moved in your favor. So never trade before NY open. The NY open here, let the NY open resolve, okay? And after it settles right, you can just take a trade after test here. If this is FTI, because this would be FTI, right? And then retest here, and then we go for the 2R. And let's suppose if you miss this opportunity for some reason here, right? You could not take this trade. Then at NY open 2, you got another opportunity. Very, very tight range. Okay, we got this what? Near the reference line, we got this what? Effort versus no result. Am I right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Short position. Okay, yeah, it's not exactly at the reference bar, but it's right because it's a very tight range. Okay, stop loss, obviously, last high, this one, and then we go for another one, 2R. Okay. And then again, of course, NY open this one, right? After this one here, of course, we cannot enter right over here, right? We need to find high, we need to find a range or some other pattern, right? So we got this range here. So here, NY open 3, we have no entry. Okay. And at my 4, because it's only 30 minutes gap, right? So NY open 4, we got an entry here. What kind of entry is this? This is FTI. Why this is FTI? Why? Because if you just follow this move here, you will see the increasing volume, right? During this first phase, right? FTI. And I told you, whenever we have an FTI, we have a redistribution. After that, we have a redistribution. So we have a redistribution range. This one, first high. We cannot look for entry right over here because, yeah, we should look after this NY open, right? Here, you could say, can we look for the entry right over here? No, we cannot. So no entry on NY open 3. Got it? And then we have NY4 open 4, which is right at here. And then we have this one is EVNR, effort versus no result. Okay, this is another entry right over here at the reference point. We can go short. Short position, stop loss just above the last high. This is last high, and this is and we are just last. 2R. Got it?
And then no
Yeah.
demand also,
And
right?
if you miss
After.
this entry, then here we have another EVNR and upthrust plus UT. UT
All right.
plus EVNR, another entry if we missed first entry here. Again, 2R. Got it? Simple. And even if you miss this entry as well, okay, then we have this no demand. Okay, multiple entries. Got it? You can enter here, you can enter here, you can enter here. It's up to you. Got it? The point is we will catch this move.
Okay.
Now here the market is reversing. Why is reversing? See, from this point the market reversed here. So we need to see why it reversed. So if you go to on a 15-minute time frame, you will get the clue why. Okay, this is done. You get the clue here why it reversed. Yes. Sorry. A very huge accelerated down move with a very high volume. Okay, at the bottom. It's a very high volume at the bottom, right? And after it, the market reversed. You can see. So this was accumulation days. And at this time, obviously, we will not trade because it's already very late. Right?
Right.
Yeah. Very late here, and then we have this one accumulation pattern. Because at this is the market closing time. So obviously, we have a low liquidity over here. It's useless to trade at this time. Got it? And then we have
Right.
this accumulation base, you know. And after accumulation base, we know that if this is the market reversing and this is accumulation base. So what will happen? And this is what? Selling climax. This is accumulation base. So next move would be the market would go up the next day. Right? Yes. Any problem? Issue?